So welcome to the show, everyone. And as all of you know, I made it possible for everyone to talk about themselves on the radio. So if you want to get yourself heard, just give us a call here at the station. We'll get you connected with me, and you can talk about what you do on the radio. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I can't wait to bring on my first guest. She's never been on with me before, but this is going to be very interesting, ladies, because I believe she works with ladies only.
Yeah.
So listen up, all you ladies out there. So I have with me Masha Sweitzer. She is a certified, I want to say this is an integral coach.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what that is and what you do. Explain it, and welcome to the show.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. Yeah, exactly. This is the question then again, like, what is an integral coach? What is it about? So yes, you're right. I work primarily with professional women, and integral coaching is about bringing our whole selves back to life. So we'll look at your life challenges from different angles, not only from your thoughts, what you think of it, but also from your emotions, relationship, your social environment, etc.
All right. So okay, and you work only with ladies. I got to ask you why.
Well, because first of all, I really, myself, when I was in the corporate world, I worked a lot with men and women, but I resonate a lot with women. And we have, especially professional women, who have a lot of self-doubt. We have a lot of critic attacks, if you will. Can I do that? What should be next in my life? And we have so much social burden on our shoulders that I see it as my mission in this world to help other women to overcome it.
Now, you can help anyone from anywhere, is that correct?
Absolutely. So I support my clients by phone, by Skype, or if you live in Phoenix, Arizona, so yes, we can do a face-to-face session with you.
Right, and I understand that you also do free consultations with everybody, and here's something that you're doing that's kind of neat for everyone out there. So listen up, everyone, get ready to call in. I love doing that for everybody to be able to, get something they might like. You have a, for anyone who calls in, it's a 6-hour done in 2 session. It's called a personal vision session. What is that?
Well, a lot of women who come up to me and they have successful careers, they have wonderful marriages, but at some point of time they ask themselves a question, what do I want to do next with my life?
What am I doing with myself?
Yes, what am I going to do with myself? Who am I? And you won't believe it, but even my clients in their 40s, in their 50s, they still ask this question, who am I really? Not a good wife, not just a good daughter, not a good employee, a good professional, but who am I as a woman? What do I want to do with my life? What are my true passions, my true aspirations? What's important to me?
How many women out there are listening going, yeah, because, we had children, we were a housewife for a while, we were a mommy, we were all 3, but at some point we all, especially when I think our kids start to, we become empty nesters, and all of a sudden we really want to do something else with our lives, and we can. That's the cool thing. And here's the thing, this is a $500 value free to the people that are calling in. So our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You gotta be a woman, guys. But here you can call in, but you can give it to someone that that's a woman that might, they might need something like this. Again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check her out on her website. It is Masha. It is spelled
M-A-S-H-A.
And it's Sweitzer. I want to make sure I had that spelled right. So it's Masha, M-A-S-H-A, Sweitzer.com. You can also call her direct at 602-904-6751. Again, that's 602-904-6751. Or call in here and you're going to get yourself it's a personal vision session. It's a $500 value free to you. Okay. So let's go on to some of the types of clients that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are all different types of clients, and I work primarily with women in their 30s, 40s, and I have a bunch of clients in their 50s, to your point of, okay, I have an empty nest, so what's next in my life? And the clients that come up to me, typically these are professional women who have a lot of stress at work, who work over 10 hours a day, and who we as women, going back to your question, like, why do I work with women? Because we as women, we are more compliant than men. because we are supposed to meet so many expectations, like get yourself a good job, get yourself a good family, raise your kids, be a good expert, etc. And all these women that come up to me, they want to figure out, on top of what's next in my life, how do I want to get there? And what we typically do with ourselves, even if we know what we want to do with our life, the question that we ask ourselves, like, how? And this is where the real problem kicks in, because we have procrastination. We try to exercise and go to the gym every Monday, starting Monday to, apply for a different job. But you know what? It never happens. So how to really commit to something that you truly want. This is another portion of the work and questions that women come up to me with.
Okay. So again, it's for women, and she does free consultations with everyone. She's offering everyone who's listening to call in. If you're a woman or a man who needs a woman to do this, it's a 6-hour done in 2 session personal vision session. It's a $500 value, free to you. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Check her out on her website. It is Masha, M-A-S-H-A, Sweitzer.com. Alrighty, so this is really important, because you want to know what kind of results. What is this all for? What does this do for somebody?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good question, Carol. So I would say that the majority of women that come up to me, of course, they have a unique coaching program. This is not like a cookie cutter approach that I give to somebody when she comes to the session. But I would say that typically it's about increasing your self-confidence. It's about figuring out what's really important to you, not to your boss, not to your husband, not to your significant other, but to yourself. It's about soothing this self-doubts, this critic attacks, like, can I, might I, maybe I'm not supposed to do that. So how to get more confidence in what you're actually doing. It's also about to be more able to start the habits that empower you, as opposed to stopping the habits that really do not serve you well. And also it's about courage. It's about courage, how to really follow what you think is important to you. And the result is, I would say, the final goal is how to live an authentic life, an enjoyable one, a meaningful one. Because we as women, sometimes we just look in the mirror and ask ourselves the question, like, am I really alive? I have this body, I have this career, I have this fancy car, everything looks good, but I don't feel well. I don't feel alive. I'm pretty numb. So how to get yourself back to your life? This, I would say, is the end goal of this process.
Now, she's a certified integral coach, so it's different than a life coach. It's not really, it all sounds very familiar and they kind of go together, but it's very different. And she's got everyone who's calling in that is going to get the the 6-hour done in 2 session personal vision session with her. It's a $500 value, free to you. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. She also does free consultations with everyone out there. And you said 30 on up, right? 30 on up. It's Masha, M-A-S-H-A, Sweitzer.com. You can also call her direct, and that number is 602-904-6751. And you can check her out. You can also call in here, and you can get yourself, and if you're a man listening and you know somebody out there that could use something like this, give us a call here. We want to get her some help. And get yourself to where you are confident with yourself. Get yourself where you can improve your self-esteem and know what you want to do, because that's what happens to many women. And we find a career that we were doing that once worked, and then it doesn't, because your life changes so much.
Absolutely.
So again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Get yourself, everyone is getting this. It's a 6-hour done in 2 session personal vision session, a $500 value, free to you. She does free consultations. Call us here at 602-277-5369. Toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Check her out on the website. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we want to talk further about some of the different things that you can go a little bit narrower and deeper on this. Again, it's Masha, M-A-S-H-A, Sweitzer, S-W-E-I-T-Z-E-R Consultations.com. We'll be back in just a minute. Hang on tight. All right, so welcome back, everyone. We are talking here with Masha Sweitzer, and she is what you call a certified integral coach. Again, tell everybody a little bit about what that is for anyone that didn't hear.
Oh yeah, it's about bringing your whole self back to life. It's about looking at your life struggle, your life challenge from different perspectives, from different angles.
Now, we were also offering for everyone, and it's women only. She only works with women. So the men that are listening, you're going to have to call in and get this for someone else that you know that is a woman. It's a 6-hour, done in 2 session personal vision session. It is a $500 value, free to you. And you can call in here at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can also check her out on her website, which is Masha, M-A-S-H-A, Sweitzer.com, and you can call her direct at 602-904-6751. She does free consultations with everyone, but I say call in here and get one of these sessions. Sounds awesome. We're going to go back on that in a minute, but right now I want to talk about some of the things. How does it look like? How does the process of working with you look like?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we're talking about a longer coaching process that typically longs for 3 to 6 months, so first of all, we have so-called chemistry meetings. So it's like, for instance, what's taking place now. We have a conversation, like a real life conversation about what we're doing, what brings a person to this consultation. And it's like in dating, that you really want to make sure that you fit, that you have this, that you click. It's very important to click with your coach. And after that chemistry meeting, if we make a decision to work further, the next meeting that takes place is so-called intake session. And we do several assessments, your personality type assessment, and some other things that really help us to go, on the one hand, broader, and on the other hand, deeper into your life challenge. And after that, I suggest you a so-called coaching program. What is it? So a coaching program is something that includes different exercises and practices, all aimed at specific purpose and outcomes of this coaching program.
Well, again, men are probably going like this, God, I would really like something like that too.
You know what? Sometimes it's really good, and I have a couple of clients actually whose husbands and life partners called me and said, you know what, it feels like my life partner needs something like that.
So, again, this is for women only, 30 on up, she said. And you're going to call in here. Everyone who's calling in is getting a 6-hour, done in 2 session personal vision session. This is a $500 value, free to you. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Again, in that session that you're doing that, let's talk a little bit about what you do there, because that's a lot of time that you spend, that you're giving away to the people. What is it that what happens in those sessions?
Well, I would say that first of all, the coaching sessions themselves, they're very important, and it's not about just me as a coach listening to you, and it's not about me as a mentor giving you some advice. This is not. This is why I do not call myself a life coach. I'm not coaching you how to live your life. I'm guiding you. This is a co-creation process. We co-create it together. And what happens is that I give you some homework. So this is not about me who's going to do all the job for you, all the work for you. You also do this home assignments by yourself, these practices, and at the sessions we work on what's actually rising in your life. Because coaching is a very dynamic process, and there are a lot of interruptions. Like you finally decided to change your job, or something happens to your health, or whatever. So I really want to make sure that this coaching program is integrated into your life. And we work a lot with the body, so we have somatic practices. We work a lot with changing your way of thinking about your life challenge, and we also work a lot on the relationship domain.
Okay, you said that we work on the body. I know you said that fast. You went on. I'm going to make you go into a little bit of what that means.
Yeah, so what that means is that we as women, well, we as people overall, we live in the bodies, but I would say that in 80%, especially if we are professionals, we stay disconnected from our bodies. Meaning we live in them, but we're not connected to them. And I'm not talking about only good nutrition or exercise. It's actually what's arising right now in my body when I'm talking to you. And it's not something abstract, it's very physical. Like, what is my physical reaction? And we, as women, if we are connected to ourselves, so we really have this intuition that tells us how to make certain decisions in our life. So I want to make sure that it's also embedded into the coaching program as well.
Okay, and then her phone number direct at 602-904-6751, and she does free consultations with everyone. Her website is Masha, M-A-S-H-A, Sweitzer.com, and everyone is calling in, all you ladies, all you men that's calling in for the ladies. It's a 6-hour done in 2 sessions. It's a personal vision session, which is a $500 value, free to you. Back over here to some of these different things that you do work with they do homework. What about as you're going on? Because you know, here's the thing, we move on from our coaches a little bit. We don't have to use them enough. What happens afterwards if they fall off the wagon, if they decide they need to do something else, or I don't know, whatever it is that happens?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Carol. And this is one of the differences between integral coaching and other modalities of working with human development, is that I want to make sure, working with you, that you are self-correcting. So I want to make sure that when we finalize our coaching relationship, you do not use me as a crutch always, right? Like, oh, Masha calling me again, I have another interruption in my life, I have another trouble, can you help me with that? So I want to make sure that you are so-called self-generating, you know yourself, you understand what works for you, and you can do it on your own. So you're self-sufficient to carry on, to move on.
Okay, now going back to your clients, okay, I want to do that. What kind of clients they are, and again, when we first spoke, we sort of talked about that businesswoman.
Yeah.
But there's also that woman that, you know, maybe they used to work, they're not working anymore.
Absolutely.
Now, you know, it's that person too. Let's talk about that again.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for instance, one of my current clients, she is a housewife. She lives here in Phoenix area, and what brought her to the sessions with me is that she was driving. She was driving because she needed to, you know, pick up her kids from school, and she realized, like, am I a driver? Why am I doing that? Like, why? Seriously, why? So she started asking herself this question, and she's been a mom for over 15 years. So this is what her full-time job was and is. And she finally understood that she wants to do something different, and not just to start her small business or whatever. So she wants to make some impact in her life. And this is what brought her to the session with me, and we are working on it. Or, for instance, I have women in their 50s who are about to retire or already retired, and you know what? These are not the type of women who can just sip pina coladas somewhere in Dayton or whatever in Miami. They really want to continue making an impact in this world, and they want to enjoy this life.
Well, so many of us have. Some of us do all of those things as well, and some people do it well, some people don't. Some people, you think you're doing it well, and you realize you're not. And so there's a lot of different things that come up in life and make this happen, especially for women, I should say. So again, it is for women only. It's a 6-hour done in 2 sessions, so they're 3 hours each. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a really long time. And so you get 2 of those, and it's a personal vision session. It's a $500 value to everyone who's calling in. And I'm going to let you call throughout the rest of the show for it. So you can keep on calling here. Our number here is 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Final words.
Well, thanks for having me, for sure. And as a message to all our listeners is, I really want to make sure that you feel alive, feel authentic, confident. Just be true to yourself, and let me know how I can help you.
Okay, again, her phone number is 602-904-6751. She does free consultations with everybody, and you can check her out on her website. It is Masha, M-A-S-H-A, so it's not Marsha, it's Masha, M-A-S-H-A, Sweitzer, mashaSweitzer.com, and you can call here, or you can call throughout the rest of the show. We want to get everybody one of these. This is pretty awesome here. It is a 6-hour done in 2-session personal vision session. It's a $500 value, free to you. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Again, her number is direct, 602-904-6751, and check her out on her website, which is Masha, M-A-S-H-A, Sweitzer, SWEITZER.com. How'd you like it?
I liked it. I liked it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You're done. So you're going to get a copy of that. And anything that happens, you're going to get from me on Monday afternoon. Okay, that doesn't happen. The video is going to take a while too.
I totally understand it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So on that, and that's really it.
That was fun. Thank
It
you.
was painless. You see?
It was absolutely painless, and thank you for making it a natural
very
conversation.
Yeah, and that's
It's
what I
important.
want too. I love it when it's like that. So, and if you decide, and I don't know what would be right, but I kind of think what would be right is a weekend. I'll just show you where I'm at.